are Gone with the Wind fabulous up here, aren't we?
Thank you.
And speaking of fabulous, look at this ensemble, Lupita.
Thank you.
Needs to be appreciated.
Thank you very much.
And Joe, you're dressed to impress too.
Bless you. Thank you.
I mean, y'all just stepped out of the pages of Vogue over here. Well, we are hanging up on top of the Empire State Building. It's a little windy, so I can't do anything about it. But do we need to do this interview in like whispers? I don't know. Should we, or are we okay?
I think the wind's got our back here.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the
No one
aliens
can
aren't going to
hear
get
us.
us up
Yeah.
here.
No, I think we're good.
I mean, but I would say that New York City is probably one of the hardest, if not the hardest city to silence.
Truly.
And you guys do that in this movie. So how does that add to the thrill and the suspense that moviegoers will experience?
Well, I think the first two films were far more contained. They followed the Abbott family kind of in the middle of nowhere after they've adapted to this brand new world. Whereas in this film, we see it happen in real time. It was day one of the invasion where these creatures make themselves present on planet Earth. And what better place to see it than New York City?
We can help each other. We have to get out of the city.
When I left the theater, I felt like I was kind of looking around at the city with different eyes. Does it make you do that as well, Lupita?
Well, certainly when we were making it, I mean, I lived in New York City, so, and I lived through 2020, which was one of the scariest, most spookiest, quietest times in the city.
Right.
So I had the imagination for what New York might be like. But yeah, it makes you appreciate. I remember shooting this film and then coming back to New York and just thinking, wow, New York City is so loud, and if anything like this would ever happen, it would be completely over for everybody.
Oh my gosh, we can only hope something like that doesn't happen.
Right.
But if something like that did happen, I would want to have the two of you on my side, because your chemistry on screen, off, your relationship is just adorable. So what is it that you appreciate most about the friendship that the two of you have forged?
What do I appreciate the most? Oh, it's just wonderful company.
Yeah.
Lovely advice, and we have a laugh. Simple as that, really.
Yeah, we get along, and it was quite easy. It surprised me how easily we got along.
Really?
We took a lot of trust to make a film like this, you know, because there is no dialogue, so you have to kind of be in tune with each other. You have to be listening, you have to be receptive, porous, and really pick up what the other person is putting down. So I think making this film together was an intimate experience that we really enjoyed, and Joe is a very open, generous, funny person. So he's easy to be around. I'll take him places.
You disagree, Joe? I think you have it in you. Now, this, of course, this franchise is John Krasinski's baby, and it was nice to see him pop over to set with you guys. But what would you say was like the most valuable? What were the most valuable notes he provided you with essentially making this silent movie, a movie with no dialogue?
John's involvement on this was more of a producer role. He enlisted the help of a wonderful director, Michael Sarnowski, who made a very interesting film called Pig a couple of years ago, and very much delegated this third installment to him. So John's presence was definitely there, and we definitely felt a responsibility to live up to those first two films, whilst also claiming it and making it our own alongside Michael.
So he kind of took a backseat.
He did, but you know, I'm sure he had a you know, a lot to do with it from a distance. But I really appreciate that he trusted and respected Michael enough to really hand him the baton and let him do his thing. He came on the first day, blessed us with his presence, and said, "Carry on."
He's
and
such a good man, isn't he?
Yeah, that is a wonderful way to pass it on.
Yeah, and so I imagine Emily Blunt did the same, or did you reach out to her for any tips since she's been a part of this franchise?
No. But I think because this film is a departure from that story, we're not with the Abbott family, we're with new characters, we're in New York City, and we're not even with a family, we're with two strangers trying to navigate this treacherous world together.
Two strangers and a cat.
Yeah, and the cat.
We got to
Don't
talk
forget
about this cat.
We do.
Frodo, oh my gosh. I mean, I feel like if there was anybody that I wanted to be in that film, it was going to be the cat. You know, when trouble happens, the cat can figure it out. But how did you guys build a relationship with Schnitzel and Nico, the two cats that are portraying Frodo in the film?
It was very obvious who the film set belonged to.
That's for sure.
Any diva behavior?
We're too discreet for that.
Really?
Yeah. No, they were wonderful company, and they were great scene partners. They'd hit their marks. They were always on time. You know, what more could you ask
Were
for?
they now? You say that with a little bit of a grin, Joe.
Sometimes they were. No, they were always on time.
But I mean, they usually say like, It's difficult working with kids. It's difficult working with animals. And here you are, you're working with a cat on a leash as the world is coming to an end.
Yeah, listen, I had to get over my fear of cats to make this movie to begin
What?
with. Yes, I was very afraid of cats before I made this movie.
Get out.
It was actually what I hesitated about, whether I would accept this role or not, because of my fear of cats. So I had to get over my fear of cats before I could start this movie. And
you weren't even afraid of the aliens. You were afraid of the
I was
cat that
afraid
was
of the cat
sidekicking
in my arms. But by the end of it, I was madly in love with them, and they're just amazing creatures. And yeah, they were spectacular.
Well, look at that. You got over your fear of cats while
I did.
creating a blockbuster movie.
Indeed.
And I hope you got that. Well, you did get that slice of pizza. But I thought that was so heartwarming and sad and funny at the same time. Like, the world is coming to an end, and Lupita's character wants a slice of pizza.
It's the simple things in life.
It is.
Yep.
What would be a simple thing in life that you would like to indulge in for one last time if you were put in that predicament?
Well, it'd be nice to get a nice meal, have a boogie, catch up
what?
with friends, a dance. Sorry.
I was
A
like,
boogie.
a
A
boogie. A boogie. Okay. Not a.
Go for a little dance and a meal would be good. Yeah, you really reveal your priorities in those situations.
Yeah.
And
Truly.
Sam's is to go get pizza. It's funny.
And what would you do, Lupita?
French fries.
Girl, you are a woman after my own heart.
Yeah,
Little
big
salty
chubby
treat.
blue, Yes.
Yes. Love it, love
Salty
it.
treat.
I know. Lupita, now you have said that your next project, you're hoping is going to be a rom-com. So since you've
do.
put it out in the universe,
Right.
what's the movement looking like?
I mean, I'm too busy talking to you. I need to get back to
We
my
need to
phone
make
and see
some
what's going on.
calls. Who would you enjoy having as your romantic interest, your leading man?
Maybe,
I think someone's throwing their hat in the ring right
oh my
here.
goodness, I heard something
Yeah.
coming from over here. I don't know.
that?
What was that? What was that? Joe, what was that? Joe.
I could see that happen. Who else
A
might?
reprise. Donald Glover.
Oh,
Amazing.
That'd be a good one.
I like
Yahya
that.
Abdul-Mateen.
Ooh.
You know.
You got some names. You're taking notes.
Yes, I have a wish list.
The wheels are turning, y'all. She's putting it out in the universe. And out in the universe soon for us to enjoy 2 huge movies from you, Joe, The Fantastic Four, and Gladiator 2. How are you switching up the routines in the gym to kind of go from a gladiator to a superhero?
How am I switching up the routine?
Yeah.
That's a good question.
Well, tell us,
But,
give us.
Gladiator's over now. We finished that at the end of last year. It was an
Uh-huh.
amazing experience. We're out in Malta and Morocco, and it's coming together pretty nicely. I think it's going to come out in November of this year, so
Uh-huh.
people can look forward to that then.
How are you getting the superhero fit?
That's
Down.
we're a work in progress
Oh,
right
is
now.
it?
Yeah, that's all happening. We're doing some fittings for that. We start in July. It's all very exciting. We've got a wonderful cast in Pedro Pascal, Vanessa Kirby, Eben Moss-Backrack, to name but a few. It's very exciting.
Hey, did you see
Yeah.
a little name drop in there?
Yeah.
Just
I
a
heard you.
couple.
I heard you. Finally, 3 facial expressions to describe A Quiet Place Day 1. We usually ask people 3 words to describe, but we want to know facial expressions because this is
Okay.
all about silence, you know? 1.
Here we go.
First facial
Yeah,
expression.
sure.
Give it to me.
Dos, tres.
2. And 3. Oh, I love it. Y'all are a dream team. Oh my gosh. Thank
All
you
in
guys.
day's work.
I tell you what. Thank you guys so much. What a treat. Y'all make a mean movie.
Oh,
Thank you very much.
Thank you
Thanks
so
for having
much.